No, this is fucking dope. You know, very rarely, right, when you on something, you like, yo, this is gonna be special. I feel good about what you're doing, Sean.
I appreciate you, man. Bringing the good vibes. All right, give 5 seconds silence and we'll get it going.
It's giving height. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the friendly vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS, Top Shelf Studios, Universidad. I'm joined by Josh Dweh for an awesome ep. We've been chopping it up about co-college comedy, Spanish professors that we both know, Therapy Gecko. We're off to a hot start. Thanks for being here, man.
Nah, thank you for having me, Sean. I really love this. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is lit.
Dude, you brought such good energy this morning. We're doing a little brunch recording session on a Saturday morning, so we got mimosas.
Hell yeah, preseason football too. You know, people say whatever they want. Watching grown men hit each other is always a good time.
Absolutely. I prefer if they don't have pads. I loved the women's rugby at the Olympics. As a quick aside, I was like super into that shit.
Yeah.
This is badass. Sevens? That's like so cool.
Yo, I think women anything gets into. Look at the WNBA, yo.
Yeah, dude. Still can't believe Caitlin Clark. They didn't put her on the, like, for a marketing, just from like an NBC's perspective. How does someone from NBC not pick up the phone and say, hey, how about you put her on the team?
Not even marketing. I think she would have earned her place on her. Like, not to knock the ladies, like the ladies are good and all that stuff, but every day you're hearing about her breaking records and all that shit. It is like she could have rode the bench.
Yeah. Also, we're in a virality culture. And for them not to want to capitalize on that virality, you don't know when that's going to come back around.
Yeah.
It's not promised.
You know, the best part, we're so spoiled as Americans. We still won the gold and we're just like, we could have had this lady here, you know.
So spoiled.
What was your favorite event?
Oh, man, my favorite. I'm a big basketball head, so I just love watching the basketball. I was a little disappointed by the 3-on-3 action. One, because Cameron Brink tore her ACL. And, you know, no one likes hearing that.
Yeah.
Our other producer, Sam, who's not here today, was really banged up about it. So we got him a few therapy sessions. But he's doing better now.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a crush on Cameron.
Oh, big time. That's fair. Who doesn't? That's fair. Josh, tell us a little bit, for people who don't know who you are, tell us a little about yourself. You're a stand-up comedian. You're a writer.
Yes.
All-around great dude. I asked you on the pod because you had such a great energy when we interacted briefly at the South Club. You were on a show, crush your set. And I was like, damn, this dude's just fun to be around and fun to hang out with. I want to have him on the pod.
Man, brother, that means a lot, Sean. And, you know, all of it's definitely like, I feel the same about you, man. And obviously I'm going to talk about myself in a little bit, but you really also like I don't know if people know how well versed and how well educated you are and how much like you even put into this, because you don't have to do this shit. You could be a millionaire right the fuck down, dog. And yeah, bro,
I appreciate
awesome.
That. Nah, I just like give a fuck about people, and I don't think there's many people left that like care. I think put it this way, read a study this week. I've been encouraging my friends, young people, to like be themselves, like be the full, authentic, imperfectly perfect version of you.
Amen.
That you've built yourself into over how much life you've gotten to live. And I think it's harder and harder. I've had this feeling that it's harder and harder for people to be their full, authentic selves. And the pandemic and social media are coupling factors of that. But this study came out, 20-year-long longitudinal study over 1.2 million people across North America. And the conclusions of this study were basically that humans are losing their uniqueness and their ability to stand up to power at a faster rate than they ever have.
Hell yeah.
And that's troublesome, because I think what's made America really the coolest country in the history of the world is that we've got crazy people that do crazy cool things in a myriad of fields. Those people don't get to do those things unless they get to be a little bit crazy and cut against the grain.
Exactly.
We're trying to box down everybody into this little compartment. Everybody needs a place in the folder. It's like, what have we done?
It's just it's a lack of understanding on all fronts. And I think that's why people are getting away with it. I think it's unfair, right? When it's people like that change their life, you know, and that comes from some fucked up shit, but they try their best to be good.
Like you're saying, Miss Pat, a lot of comics have a tough background,
yeah,
and then they make it.
Exactly, right? And, you know, what's fucked up is society now is going to look at those people that speak in, you know, a little bit blue and, you know, off color a little bit, and then want to like hold that against them. And I'm not obviously trying to fucking say defend derogatory language, but you got to understand, like, people worlds and perspectives are shaped by what they go through and what they experience. So again, Miss Pat, who's out here drug dealing and got shot in the head and all that shit, you got this person on Twitter who grew up in a 2-parent household and all this stuff that want to be like, well, you should be like this. And it's like, bitch, if you had to fucking do this, you'd be a different way, you know?
Absolutely. And like, I don't know, do you know anyone that's come from great wealth that is a interesting person that hasn't gone outside of their way to become an interesting person? Like, I don't think you can be handed an easy life and be interesting.
Right. That's
it's just
true.
impossible.
That's true, man. I think that's in a weird sidebar. It's weird that we go there, but I think that's why people are starting to respect Jake Paul in the boxing community, because they're like, Jake, you was a Disney kid. You really choosing to do this?
Oh, so you think, okay, interesting. And so that's part of the respect that you're trying to express for me. Like, you don't have to fucking, on your off day for a 70-hour work week, do a pod.
Bro, it's a little bit of that, but like also like major, bro, on that. But it's also a perspective when you're just talking about like, you think these people that come from wealth and all that shit will be able to get to this point if they didn't do some like crazy shit or have that. And it's like, you're right. You got to go outside the box, you know, no matter the background, to get where you want to be.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about your journey in comedy. When did you first like have a spark of like, damn, stand-up's the coolest thing ever? Not even like doing it or anything. Like, how young were you when you're like watching and loving stand-up?
Bro, God honest truth, bro. This is going to be a crazy whatever, but at the time, bro, like, I grew up as a child of divorce, and, you know,
How old were your parents when they got divorced?
About 7.
You're
And
7. That's about the same as me. I was 8 or so.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that a great age? You're like just old enough and cognitive enough to really get hurt by it.
Yo, you know what, Sean? Fire sign, co-college. We got some teachers in common, and divorce. Hey,
I mean,
my fucking God, bro.
So where'd you grow up then before they got divorced?
So it was weird. We my parents got a house in like Southwest Philadelphia. I lived on Massey Street. And my dad got he was college educated as well, and my mom was college educated. They met in Temple. She's a radiologist, and my dad got a degree in like with human services and stuff like that. So life was like good for a little bit, you know. I remember one year I got a Nintendo DS and a PSP, same Christmas. Like, it was, yeah. I spare you the details, but
sounds like stacking dubs to me.
Yeah, dog. It was cool, but we was also in Philadelphia, and my mom was big and very intentional on, like, you know, the way she wanted us to be raised. Like, we went to one of the oldest and all black private schools in Winfield Academy, and
wow,
yeah, I followed like my sister, and we went to St. Cyprian, and you know, those type of things. But
just one sister?
No, I have 3, but
3 older sisters. Are you the youngest?
No, I had one older. So the sister I'm referring to, she passed away in 23 of, I think, December. Yeah, or 22. I don't know. I try to stop counting the dates.
Yeah, dude, I understand that. Fuck, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Nah, you're good, bro.
What happened? What happened with her?
It was
just some fuck shit, or
my sister was one of the funnest people you'll meet, but she was a Rolling Stone, and she had fun, and you know, like the thing that's affecting a lot of people in this country, you know, drugs and all that stuff. So unfortunately, she passed from a overdose, and yeah.
That shit's so, it's such a broken system, and the way that we approach it is just so broken, and the lack of any type of human care to the matter, man. You'd love for one of these elected officials to have lost some, like, I hate to say this, but like, you would love for someone in power to have lost someone meaningful to
relate, yeah,
so they could do something.
Yeah, man. And
fucked.
It starts from everything, pushing more holistic perspectives when it comes to medication and treatment. Just not writing people off. You can't expect a person to get better, then hold them back from opportunity. It's like, yeah, they're going to repeat the cycle, you know?
Yes, we love bitching about recidivism, but continuing to have recidivist structural components of our society.
Fuck.
Like, I mean, hey guys, if you want people to like get better, felons probably should have a path to vote someday.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
Who can tell you a perspective of what needs to change in prison better than the people that's,
there's so many stories of people that just decide, fuck what anyone else thinks. I'm going to make it back to a great life.
Yeah.
And they make such a positive impact on the world and such a positive impact on people going through that same process they went through.
Right, man. And it was also weird in America, bro. We fucking got we make the prisons fucked up.
Oh, so I did high school debate.
Yeah.
One of my favorite monthly cases was we did a for-profit prison case. So I didn't even know what for-profit prisons really were. But I had to do all this research on both sides and understand the issue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is basically slavery. I thought we got rid of this.
Yeah.
Like, these people are working for they're being treated, and in so much of this is so ethically and morally corrupt and fucked up. The money flows back to the people in power that are incentivized to make sure the DAs prosecute. Long story short, I walked away from that case there's most of the people in prison that probably don't need to be in prison.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, those people are horrible people. They deserve to be in prison. They made a mistake. They're bad people.
That's the marketing, the propaganda that's trying to work. Yeah. Then you realize oh no, this is a fucked up capitalistic blueprint that's built into shit, you know, targeted. Just honestly, I think, yes, minority people definitely get the brunt of that targeting, but if you look at it, bro, it's also a class thing,
Oh, it's more, I think maybe even more of a class thing. But the class thing impacts the race thing, right? So you can look at the history of the United States, and you can look specifically about what was done to ensure that people of color couldn't make the class leaps up. There were policies and things put into place that tried to keep people of color down so they couldn't class up. And so what we've seen then over the last 60, 70 years is that there's this disenfranchised group of people of color that don't have the economic backing to allow for those communities to help prop themselves up.
And cheat the legal system and do things, get certain resources. Yes, I agree with you on that. But there's certain fabrics where you could still see is a minority-based attack. Look at Portland, bro. Crack fucked up, black community, it got us on some bullshit, there's no secret there. But what didn't happen? They didn't go to New York and be legalize all crack, all drugs and shit, But in Portland, fentanyl and stuff is targeting more, just white people and certain shit like that. We fucking was you know what, we need some fucking centers and we need certain things like that. So yeah, that's where that's just an example. Sometimes we could still see them manipulating.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they're if Jackson, Mississippi legalized all drugs like Portland did, you probably wouldn't have you would think that the response wouldn't be as quick to say, oh man, we got to help these people.
Yeah.
That's what your point is.
Yeah, bro. It was none of that sympathy. It was lock them up. Crack is bad. All that shit. Yeah.
And it was done by us. That's the thing that blows my mind about reading about American history of how much of the messiness has been perpetuated by Americans.
Yeah.
Or American systems or power. What have we done?
We still doing that shit. I'll tell you what, that Ukraine shit, I wouldn't be surprised if something come out and you find out we manipulated that whole situation. Not saying Russia obviously isn't doing what they're doing, but when you find out well,
we're trading the farmland for it, right? That's okay. So here's what's happening. So we already kind of know what the game plan is here. We're trading guns and pieces of paper that have meaning, money, American currency. We're trading those in exchange for future promises of farmland.
Get the fuck out.
Essentially. So and if you don't know this, because I didn't, Ukraine is one of the largest grain and wheat producers of the entire world.
No, I did not know that.
Bread basket of Europe is what it's called.
Get the fuck out.
And so it's so essential to the world agricultural system that it would be logical for the hegemonic power of the globe, us, to have an incentive to make sure that those agricultural resources were accounted for.
Right. Like we account for everything.
Like we accounted for the poppy fields in Afghanistan, if memory serves me right.
You know, now we are one of the mass producers of heroin.
That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
Purdue Pharma. How'd you guys get that?
Venezuela. We had to unveil that, and now gas prices are somehow lower. You know, it's crazy what we do, man. It is fucking wild.
All right. Well,
not to get off topic.
No, I drug us down a kind of frustration path there. Let's get back to the jokes and the funniness. So, growing up in Philly, parents get divorced at a young age.
Yeah. So this led to so much different perspectives. Like, so my dad went to go live in the suburbs with his family up there. So they were in Lansdowne, which is part of Delaware County, but my mom is still in Southwest. Then she wound up breaking her back. She got blackballed from her employers, because she wound up suing them, winning, but you can't win and work,
Yeah, that's a fucked up thing. So now she has to sit around for 3 years just to win a legal case, right? Or whatever it ends up being, right? Because the system takes so long.
Yeah, my mom, let's just say, by any means necessary, kind of started getting it out the mud.
Yeah.
So I'm experiencing life with, my stepdad being around and, drugs is being sold around us, the fun shit. But at the same token, like, we moved from this house that we once shared to now Darby. In 2018, it was ranked like the number 2 worst city in America, like crime wise and shit. Cause it was like, of a per capita rate, 7% of the residents was like in crime,
Wow.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, bro. We about to get deep.
And that's on the bat. Is that in Philly?
This is like legit, bro. We make jokes. We consider it's considered Delaware County, but Southwest Philly and that spot is literally separated by a street called Island Avenue. And so again, I literally could still walk to my old house. I was swimming for like Finnegan's and all that shit. But
it's red line essentially. Is that what resulted in this kind of split?
So I guess in a way you could say, because back in the day, Darby, Colwyn, and all used to be a primarily like just Caucasian area and shit, but it kind of changed. Definitely just got wild, but it was still considered a suburban like part. And to put things in perspective, Tina Fey, she graduated from Upper Darby. I'm an alumni of that high school.
Wow. Okay.
So Darby and Upper Darby, literally.
Wow. Blocks.
Pretty much, but they still consider Darby a suburb, but Darby's closer to Southwest as well. And so.
Gotcha. So it's a tough place to grow up in those. And that's when you're in high school?
No, bro, I'm 9 years old.
Okay.
So now, I go from, my dad was still doing the best that he could for us, as well. It wasn't like they got divorced and left. It was still, my mom had full custody, but we still knew our dad saw him like on the weekends, all that shit. And he paid for our school. And so.
Nice. So you had a good, productive, they found a way to make it work. Like your parents, in terms of making sure that you guys were being brought up the right way.
I give my dad credit. I think my dad just wanted more for us. Not my dad. My mom wanted a lot for us too, because she was the primary parent. But my dad definitely was like, because he was working like 2 jobs, and then he went to school to re-educate himself to get a better job and all that. Because his whole thing was like, bro, my kids still need to go to a good school and all this stuff. Now, what my dad don't know, and what me and my sisters are experiencing, is like poverty, drugs, and all that shit in the home. But it was still like love and all that shit in it. And this also is going to bring back to like how comedy kind of got into my mind.
Oh, don't worry. This is not the show for you to have any stress about staying on a track. We're going to accept and just slip into whatever the conversation is.
Well, this is going to put things in perspective.
Please.
As we're living and shit, man, I mean, bro, my dad had cable, but primarily I didn't have cable. I had basic cable. So, at a certain point on basic cable, when the news and all that shit go off, you either got paid programming or scary movies, right? Because that's all they're doing, running reruns of Jason X, Elm Street, and then you got fucking, Shazam, all that shit, Shane Wild, whatever, right? So
Shazam.
No,
it's funny.
So me and my sisters are sitting here and we like, dude, we can't watch this shit because this is either gonna give us nightmares and this is boring. So we grew up in an era where DVDs and all that shit is still a thing. my mom, another thing she'll do on the side is like sometimes like manage local artists and all that shit. And sometimes like comedians will come in her way. So, and they'll give her a DVD, you know? And then my cousin Solomon, so my dad's from Liberia and all that stuff. So like I have, you know, a lot of people that's like experiencing American culture for the very first time. So they're like, yo, I fucking love like Eddie Murphy. I love Boondocks. I love this and that. So again, I got this shit ton of DVDs, and me and my sisters are just from the age of 7 and 8 just watching this so we don't have nightmares, you know? And I'm watching Bruce, Paul Mooney, Joe Torre, you name it, even fucking white comics, bro. Like
even the white comics.
All right, yeah, because I just try to let everybody know. Indian comics, Russell Peters blew up in 06 on YouTube. So we're just watching these people just so like, yo.
So that was your cultural education is through these DVDs.
Bro, it gets even crazier with that. So yes, bro, I'm like watching these things. So now I start developing a love for comedy, you know, all this stuff. And
how old are you? At the young teenager type thing? Where you start developing the love for it?
Yeah, about like 9 years old, you know. And then my dad loved to laugh too. So when we went over his house, because he had like the cable and he was in suburbs and shit, I'm like sneaking in his bed to watch the Chappelle Show, but also watching Austin and Ali, you know, because I need to catch up with my Disney and all that shit. So I mean, it's just a fucking overload of everything from local comedy to like the mainstream shit and stuff. So yeah, just experiencing that also in my life shit and being like, oh, these people kind of grew up in some fucked up circumstances and this how they're relaying it, you know?
Yeah. You were able to connect that with what you were experiencing at the time in your life.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
And then around like when I was 14, my mom, I got written up. I was always in trouble. I went to like, I don't know, 7 or 11 different schools. One of them is, we count down. My mom used to love reading my write-ups to her friends, like just like crack up and shit. Cause I wasn't a bad kid per se. Al-Qaeda.
What is that?
It's just a helicopter.
Black Hawk down? I thought the Black Hawk was already here. Please continue.
Yep. So I wasn't a bad kid per se, but she was like reading these things. She was like, yo, these are funny. And then one day she looked at me and she was like, yo, you're a fucking comedian. I think that's
your mom.
Yeah.
Wow. Reading the bad report.
Yeah. She was just like, you're just a fucking comedian. I think that's what it is. And she kind of started nurturing, and I will never forget this, bro. You talk about growing up in fucking poverty. My mom, Joe Coy, is one of my favorite stand-up comics. She, at the time, you could rent like Comcast or whatever, the 30-day free trial, you know, because none of this streaming shit was existed. So they used to drop off the cable box, you pay your bill, they pick that shit the fuck up, you know? But I remember her taking the 30-day free trial just so I could watch Joe Coy's like new special, you know?
Man, that's a heartwarming story.
Yeah, man.
Damn. And then you got up to try, right? At young.
No, bro, it gets even crazier. You're going to get like, this is such a wild episode.
Perfect.
You're the first person to really hear this like story in full. That's not like close, you know?
Good.
But not saying like that, like only like my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, and like, you know, shit like that heard this, and my sisters. But
well, when I say good, I don't say it from a place of selfishness, like, oh, good, you brought this great story on my show. I say good because it seems like this is an important part of what makes you you.
Yes, sir.
And it seems like you telling your story is a good thing for you.
Thank you, brother. And that's true, bro.
And I don't think enough people think that they have good stories about their life. And I think everyone does.
Yeah.
I think it's all about how you frame the perspective around it.
Right. And I honestly, like I said, the very first sentence here, I really feel like I'm part of something special. Like this right here, Sean, you don't understand what this is about to become. Like this, everything you're doing.
Brant Tobler came on my show, and I'm like, dude, episode 99, it was Easter this year. I'm like, you know, if I ever blow up big like Joe Rogan or you know, your mom's house, like you'll be an OG guest, haha. And he's like, I think I'm like episode 14 of the Burt cast and like sub 50 of your mom's house. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You were in the LA scene in the early 20-aughts. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
that's what I'm saying. And I feel like,
so yeah. And he was telling me, he's like, Burt's first pod I did, we were in a shack in the back of his like backyard. Like Tom started in a garage.
Yeah.
Like, don't think that he was like trying to remind me, like, don't think that where you're at now is anything wrong. I guess a path, right?
And I feel like it's big down, bro. Like when you like, I don't give a fuck what the world tells you, right? Obviously you get to that point where the world fucking wakes up. But I'm saying right now in this moment where I'm at, very like just looking at this, it's big now. When all that other shit comes, that's just validating what I literally see right now.
Thank you.
This is a good fucking pod, bro.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, that same year when that Joe Coy special come out, I'm maybe like 12, 13 at the time. The following year, my mom goes missing. Yeah, she becomes a missing person, you know, and all this is documented, you know, like I could show you the news articles and all that stuff. So
no, I don't believe you, Josh.
No, I know, but it's just such a crazy story.
Yeah.
Because people try to put you in a box, and that's what also helps me. I'm just like, yo, bro, you tell me my story. I don't care no more. I had enough of trying to justify, get everybody on. Yeah, you tell me whoever you think I am. That's who I am. So yeah, but this is the stuff that I'm carrying.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so still to this day she hasn't been found, and we're talking like 11 years. But this is, you gotta take into account, number 2 most dangerous city in America, corrupt, all types of shit. The cop that's on my mother's case, or the detective, right, winds up murdering his fucking girlfriend and the dude she was cheating on him with. Goes to jail. Again, my mom, you know, is part of some illegal activity, so, you know, people think whatever, you know, some people like, oh, she's swimming with the fishes. Some people like she had to run away because, you know, whatever is done. Long story short, case goes pretty cold. You know, no one seems to want to talk up. No one seems to care. And the police department's already fucked up. So at this point now, 14, my whole world comes changing, you know. We got to go live with my dad, and my dad at this time only has a 2-bedroom apartment, and it's me and my 3 sisters. So now it's me and my dad fucking sleeping in the same bed. My sisters are sleeping in the same bed, you know, because he also had his mom with us. I'm like, all right, this is a lot. And I fucking had to change high schools, and I was playing sports. I was like a swimmer because my mom's a swimmer, and I also played quarterback from the age of 8 to like my junior year of high school. All types of shit. And just from the background of who my mom was, because she was big on like, yo, you got to get it. I always was like thinking business wise how to, so I'm selling like bootleg movies, you know, from my freshman year and sophomore year of high school, because I gotta like get it for me, you know. And my mom was on board with that and stuff, and when she's going, I'm still doing it. But it also gave me, again, access to more bootleg comedy DVDs, more local comedians. I was able to meet Michael Blackson, Beanie Siegel, people just coming through picking their fucking brain with this shit. And so around like 16, I'm like, Josh, you're not going to NFL. You know, you're not going here. What are you good at? And what can you do that's going to really whatever? And it all came, yo, your mom said you was a comedian. You got all this fucking unintentional like knowledge of comedy in your brain. This story, all this stuff.
You were becoming a comic without knowing it.
Yes. And it was like, just go try it. I tried it the first time when I was 16. Never done it again. That October, I'm in college. I wound up tearing my whole knee. Now, this is the thing. Because I'm 17 in college, I can't sign off for stuff. I legit, bro, still have... I had parental guardianship while I was in college for my whole fall semester.
Wow. What a pain in the ass.
Yes. Yes.
Because you got to sign so much crap.
Exactly.
Man.
So my dad didn't sign off on the surgery that they wanted to do to repair my knee and shit like that.
He did not.
Yeah, he didn't. My dad didn't believe in that. You know, he was like, yo, that's some bullshit. They ain't going to open you up. Yeah. So I'm sitting in my friend Jose's Mazda.
I that's the sound drop I'm pulling from the app, by the way. I'm sitting in my friend Jose's Mazda, because that's the, I mean, out of context, that's the funniest.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great. I love that. Shout out Jose.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's good. That's also the reason why I'm also here right now.
Oh, Jose must like wings. We got to take a pause real quick and get these bad boys flipped up.
All right, hell yeah.
We'll be right back. Have you listened to radio in your life before?
No.
You haven't?
No.
All right. I'm going to show you. We're going to kick it to break with some station identification. This is our signature one here at Top Shelf Studios. You're listening to 91.1. Oh, shit. Was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. The wings are flipped. And we're that much closer to eating.
Yes, sir.
And that much closer to hearing the rest of this story. I'm enthralled by your life, bro. What a life you've lived. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's been a lot, but...
Before you continue, can I ask an aside question that I had, and I didn't want to interrupt the timeline? When your mom went missing, what happened? Like, what did you see? How long before she went missing did you see her? I'm just kind of trying to
You want
understand
the honest
that.
truth with this
Yeah,
one?
I do.
All right. My dad don't even know this part. So, you know, the activity my mom was in, we always was like giving her time, you know. There's a distinct memory that I have.
Well, weed takes a while to grow. Just kidding.
Yeah. All right. So there's a distinct memory I have where me and my sisters we did see my mom in like 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah. And to kind of put in perspective of how we were growing up, my mom always diversified the type of information she gave everybody.
That's a great way to put that. What words to use for mom lied to some people sometimes.
It wasn't lies. No, it's like
Diversified the information. I'm going to take that one from you. That's a great phrase.
Look, this story's going to put things in perspective, and then I could tell you what led us to what we did afterwards. So, in this scenario, my mom told my sister, look, if I'm going for 3 days, go underneath Josh's radiator and look for a brown bag. This is my room. I didn't even know this whole time there's a fucking brown bag underneath a radiator. Any of this shit. Yes.
Brown bags burn and radiators get hot, no? Riley?
Yeah.
White side thoughts here really quick. We were talking about while we were in break, flipping the wings about he got divorced. Parents got divorced at 7. Mia was 8. Riley's 3. And Josh asked Riley, he goes, well, did your parents, like, who got full custody? And I go, no, white people, they typically split.
That's so funny as shit.
I've been working on this bit, and I talk about shit I do on stage all the time on the show because no one fucking watches the show. That's great. I'm trying to work this out, but like I have this whole segment bit about being trafficked, like being a child of divorce and being trafficked, and how my parents started out trafficking, and they're like everybody, they're shit at trafficking kids when they start out, so they're meeting at totally like conspicuous places where there aren't other people being trafficked, you know. Like we're pulling off at like, you know, health clubs and whatever. And then, you know, they get more advanced, and they start going that other places where other people are trafficking too, you know. We're dropping off at Walmarts, we're dropping off at schools, you know.
I actually used to live close to like the #1 human trafficking like spot in the country, Lincoln Highway, East in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
I used to joke in college about it a lot because there's that big I-80 truck stop, and girls would always be, I'm going to this, you know, to Eastern Iowa, I'm going to get trapped. I'm like, you're going to be fine.
That's funny you bring that up because literally when we was moving here, we had to move across country and shit, and we had to pass that Indiana, all that shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And bro, that was one of the things that came up like bro, that's fucking wild.
I know. And it's like hundreds and hundreds of people a year.
Yes.
I mean, it's scary to think about like trafficking of humans. Like it probably happens a lot more than we want to think about it.
I know. The world's fucked up.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move back to let's move back to this fucked up story.
Yeah, this fucking bullshit. All right. Well, it's one thing for my life to be fucked up, but the world.
So your mom tells your sister, if I'm gone for 3 days, there's a brown paper bag in Josh's room.
Yes. She's like, don't call the police. Don't do any of this shit. Just go for that brown paper bag. So then we get this brown paper bag. In it's a whole bunch of cash. Yeah.
Like how much?
I want to say like 1,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, just enough to pay rent and get groceries for that month if she's going a little bit longer. And then it's just a note of instructions. Not where she's at. Just instructions of this is the timeline when you should start getting concerned. She was back before the timeline was up, you know, and she was like, all right, y'all good? Y'all found the brown paper bag, all that shit and stuff like that. And on the instructions, there were certain protocols that one of my younger sisters fucking knew, you know? And then, it's just like, she was just like that. Because she's like, you got to think about it like, let's say cops lock you up. You can't know too much. You don't want to know too much.
Yeah, you piecemeal the information between the kids.
Yes. And also, it makes sure that we all came together and nobody could do anybody dirty.
Yes, because then you each have value to the unit as a whole. I didn't even think about that, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's genius, actually.
Bro, that's the shit I grew up in. My mom used to just like on some random shit like...
Fuck, she has to be really coordinated and well thought out. Damn. Smart woman. Yeah. I mean, it's like a terrible thing to have to think about being ready for, but like, what a way to think through the situation. Because if I have 3 kids... I'm thinking, man, one of those kids is going to get cut off or separated from the, two of them are going to make a pact and one's going to, but if you give enough information to each, that there's enough value to each. Wow.
Yep.
Fascinating.
And she was also a realist. She said his name like, yo, if I die today or tomorrow, I need you to do this. I need you to keep, going to school. I need you. So we always had fluent talks like that. And because life was crazy, bro. It was like some of the shit came to our crib. I remember people crawling up our balcony trying to break in our house because they want to get like what's in it, or yeah, fiends kicking our doors down, bro. I seen life in very raw ways, bro.
From a young age.
Yeah, bro.
It's different if you're seeing life in raw ways and you're 40 and you're struggling, you're homeless. Like, that's different than I'm in my home at 12 and I'm dealing with this kind of shit.
Exactly, bro. I'm talking about watching people trade food stamps for Zanny bars, shit like that, and this is like not when rappers are talking about Zanny bars. This is like when this shit first started.
Like pressed, like fake Zanny bars.
Yeah.
Like they made it in a, thing, not in a, pharmaceutical lab. This isn't Purdue Pharma rolling this out. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So having that story in mind, this put things in perspective. We didn't let our dad know for about 2 months.
Fuck.
Yeah. So we're now living in our mom's friend fucking house. The only thing we had was like some of our favorite valuables, the clothes on our back, and our fucking pit bull. I know, this is wild. Me and my sister.
Your gun, sorry.
Huh?
Your gun. I mean, let's be honest about that.
Yeah,
that's your weapon. I mean, that's your weapon.
I know. We're sitting here and we're living in like this fucking room. And it's me, my sisters, and our pit bull that's in this fucking cage. And we're trying to buy our mom as much time as possible. What makes things even weirder during this time, we still got to see our dad because of visitation on the weekends. So it's like we're weekends and Bernie and our mom. Like,
it's giving height. That's kind of sick.
That is fucking sick, Alec. Well said.
Yeah. So, yeah,
damn.
bro.
For 2 months.
For like 2 months.
Okay, then what happens? So then you're...
My dad finds out.
Yeah.
We move in with him.
Yeah.
And that's when the worlds kind of start crashing down. Literally, articles get published on my birthday. On my birthday, they published an article. I remember walking in the fucking local convenience store and I see like my mom on like the first page news. And then I'm watching 6 ABC News and they're mentioning my mom. So now everyone fucking knows. And you'll think people will know this story. And this is like the shit that fucking makes me, not even angry, but it just gets me mad. Cause in this world where we preach empathy so much, you find out people true colors, like,
pretty quick.
Yeah. And it's like, bro, I had to go through the gutter. And just cause I'm not the way you need me to fucking be, you don't know my story. You don't know what I went through. So the reality I had to live.
True. Hey, I know this from my own life and some shit that I've gone through. People who are through thick and thin with you will run for the hills with certain circumstances, with certain things, with certain societal pressures,
right,
and circumstance. And you better be prepared as a person to just know that you get to decide if you're going to forgive them. Like, I had a couple buddies that cut bait on me, and one I still want to reconnect with, and I have tried to forgive because I don't get to control everything.
Right.
I can only control trying to do what I can do.
Right.
That sucks though.
Bro.
Especially when you're at, like you said, in the gutter.
In the gutter, bro.
All you need is some fucking...
Bro, I'm 14. I'm sitting there I'm living with my dad now. My mom ain't come back for 2 months, all this shit. And now I'm watching it being ran on like local news, all this shit, right? On my fucking birthday. So what's fucked up about this shit even more, bro? The school let me finish out the school year. I come back for my junior year. I'm supposed to be starting out of school. Bro, I'm literally separated from the district by a block, bro. By a block. And they know the circumstances and all that, and they kicked me out of school. They kicked me out of school. So everything that I work hard with, like fucking my friends that I grew up with playing football.
And you weren't truant. You weren't getting horrible grades.
No, my grades were good, bro. I was literally starting AP classes that year.
Yeah, you were a bit of a troublemaker, but who isn't when you're a kid?
You know what I'm saying? I was a class clown. I can't help the fact, but...
No reason to kick a kid out of school.
Exactly. And that's what they did. They used that shit. and they like made me leave that school. Everything came crashing down, bro. I just was like in this place of just shock on next level. So that's how I ended up going to Upper Darby for my last 2 years and added to my school count 7 or 11. I really gotta go through the list every time, but yeah, bro.
Wow.
Oh, the reason I tell you all that shit. So fucking, I have this dream of comedy and shit. I know I'm not getting bigger.
And your mom. So you're in high school. Your mom's been missing. Do you accept that you're not gonna see her again at some point?
No. I still. It's weird because the way we live. I was saying with the brown bag, I keep thinking she might show up.
Yeah, okay.
And just be like on some, bro, y'all won't believe who the fuck.
Y'all won't believe is great, dude. That's hilarious. That's so funny, dude.
Dude, for real, man.
I hope you make a bit out of that. Of like, I was still holding that hope. Like, she can walk in the door, like, y'all won't believe. Because I think that could fucking crush.
Oh, I think about that show all the time. I think about when I have to update her on shit. Like, well, you think you won't believe this? Imagine you lost a mom and a daughter while you was gone. You fucking got some shit to know. Yeah.
Damn. So that leads you into trying comedy the first time.
Yes, because my mom, business owner, whatever. She always was like that. So I was always real with perspective. And I looked at it and I was like, bro, I have years I could add to this. Because whether I wanted it or not, I was going to enter the real world at 17. High school was done for me. So I had to decide on what I was going to do, So unfortunately enough, I was able to go to, college. I was going to wrestle and just finish my 4 years. But then tearing my knee, I'm like, all right, this is the time to kind of jumpstart. Because I also felt like I had no control. And my dad could still sign off on shit. I can't even fucking practice or, do shit if I want to. So I might as well just fucking, just chase my dream. And ever since then, never stopped. Just been making it work.
So you did your first mic at what age?
I did it at 16 before I turned 17. So like December 16th, around that time.
And then you took a little bit of time before getting up again?
Yep. And I did it October, I want to say 23rd. Yeah.
What, during that 10 months or so in between those first two sets, were you writing? Were you thinking a lot? What propelled you to get more invested in it when you came back for that second set and started getting a rhythm? I
wasn't writing or any of that stuff because I was like focused on like just wrestling, just getting my body right. And then I had my uncle Zach who sat me down and he was like, I'll never forget, I told him at a Starbucks because he wanted to make sure I was mentally right before I went to college and kind of knew exactly what I was about to get myself into. And he's one of the best businessmen I've ever fucking met in my life. Like, yeah, he's a fucking genius, And when I told him comedy, and like, I'm a very reserved person, shot to a certain extent and all that stuff. And he's just like, you ain't funny. He said, what type of jokes you know? And he challenged me to kind of write a commercial. And then that summer, he gave me an internship that just was like the best thing to ever happen to me. And yes, I was just full on. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to get a business degree. I started off as a bio major, but I was like, I'm going to get a degree and all that. And then afterwards, I could come back to comedy. I was always focused on what do I need to do to give me the best life possible, But God was like, yo, we're going to take all that other shit because this is what I'm telling you to do. And that's why I always say comedy is my calling. Because I have more than enough reasons to not do this shit, to quit. I have a degree. I could fucking go on. But because of the life I live and what my heroes in comedy helped me get through and all that stuff, it's only right that I give the world more of me in that way. And that's my lane.
Damn, dude. That's beautiful.
Thank you,
what
bro.
A story, man. Fuck. So how long have you been at comedy?
Let's see. That's 2016. So 8 years now.
Fuck yeah, dude. Good for you.
8 years, 2016 from that October.
Yeah.
But 2015 from the first time I tried it. 9.
Yeah. So 8's fair, probably, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I have trouble with when people ask me, like Josh did just so, and Josh Emerson was the headliner up at Stella's in Greeley, hosted by Jared Chandler. That's a great show if you haven't checked that out. Go up to Greeley. They got a fucking cool little comedy scene going up there in Greeley.
They do.
And Josh is like, how long you been at it? Because I don't get around to mics because I work 70 hours a week, and then typically I'm working at the club.
Yeah.
So I don't get to mics as much as I would love to be able to. That's just the reality of the situation.
Right.
And he's like, I haven't seen you around. I'm like, how long you been at it? I started in college but then COVID hit. So it's really tough for me to say I'm a 6-year comic because I'm not a 6-year comic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, 2-year comic, whatever. Just doesn't. These labels, again, these are just boxes you're trying to put me in.
Exactly.
Whatever, just put me in a file, dude. I don't give a fuck. File me under whatever the fuck. I don't care. Yeah. So,
bro, that's how you gotta be. Because at the end of the day, like, I mean, bro, I fuck with you, bro. And I'm always going, like, see you for who you are. All of it, you know? And not judge you for it and all that stuff. Because
you've lived, but I think maybe you do that because of the life you've lived. And not everybody has lived
that's
such
my argument.
Yes.
That's legit my argument is where I'm like, bro, you judge because you can.
Bingo.
Yes. You... all of it, but yes, like I could see you for all of it and still look at it and be like, yeah, you did some fucked up shit, but you're a good person in my book. How can you say that?
I spent a bunch of my life trying to be a dickhead of like, man, I invalidating others, challenging others. Like, man, what a quick way to just feel down about life, people, perspective, the path. I mean, that's just, it didn't help me.
Yeah.
And then
it's easy that way.
So easy. It's so easy. Yes, it is way too easy to be critical and cynical.
Bro, the hardest thing you'll work through is love. Whether that's a relationship, a friendship, a spouse. Because you really got to put yourself in this perspective of working to see and still care for an individual for who they are.
And the toughest thing is, for me, is the self-love. Is the, oh, shoot, hey, guy, why do you talk to you so shittily, but everybody else, you try to build them up?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you talking to other people the way you should talk to you? And that's been a big, thing I've worked on over the last probably 2 years of doing the pod and talking and trying to learn from people of like, damn, I'm so nice to other people. Why don't I be nice to me too?
And you deserve to be nice to yourself. Sean, look at this. This is
everybody
beautiful.
Does, right? Everybody does, man. And I think it's really
not everybody. Jeffrey Dahmer. I need to
that's
fucking
true.
talk shit to him. But no, seriously, sometimes like it's just because, whether we like it or not, outside voices trickle in.
I think it's like if you have the capacity to doubt, then you probably are in that category. If you got the capacity to in your own head be like, man, why I'm being mean to myself. You probably should be nice to yourself. Whereas the people that are, they probably should be dickheads because they're dickheads, bad people. Jeffrey Dahmer. Those people probably don't have those thoughts, right?
Yeah, they don't. And that don't know conscious, none of that shit. But brother, let me tell you, Sean, you're doing it.
I appreciate it. I feel like I'm doing it. I mean, dude, doing a show tonight in Monument, doing shows when I can get them. Not to like judge myself of like, dude, you haven't been to a mic and
doing it by being a good person, not spot trading, none of that shit.
I've been trying to like, this is a marathon game. Unless you get really lucky, right? Kevin Hart, whatever.
Errors do help.
A confluence of circumstances and luck come together and timing, and you blow up miraculously quickly. I think it's a good chance that I'm probably going to be funnier the older I get. Because looking at my family, like my grandpa just passed away at 96. Dude, this man, some of the stories that I heard at his services, this fucker, he could have been a great comic. And there's tons of people, I'm sure, that walk through lives and they could be great comics if they dedicate their time. One story, a little aside, because I think you like this.
Go ahead, brother.
He was a foreman at Alcoa, an aluminum company. Yeah. And he heard that one of his machinists was going to go fishing that Saturday on part of Mississippi where there's a beach. So my grandpa, he goes to another machinist and he says, hey, can you make me some stilts with big bird feet on the bottom, like bigger than any bird that's real? He's like, why? He's like, don't ask questions. Comes back the next day, picks up the stilts from the guy, goes home, has dinner with his family, goes out after dark, walks around this beach on these stilts for like an hour and a half. And then the great thing about Grandpa's comedy is he never there's a genius to wisdom that young people don't seem to have anymore. He would just wait. So he just didn't do dick. Walked around, went home, waited about 2 weeks for the guy to come into his office. Ed, I don't think I told you. I was fishing 2 weeks ago and I got pictures. There's these bird feet. This bird doesn't. It lets him go on and on for like 10 or 15 minutes before he starts cracking up, you know. He's like, I was the one that did the bird feet. That's the kind of shit that he did all the time. There's like practical joke type of things. And I mean, the sense of humor that he had, you know, I get more into comedy. I come to learn, damn, this guy had a Rolodex, an unlimited Rolodex of street jokes.
Yeah.
He was sending his friends emails every day for years and decades of, here's a long form street joke. That's what it is. I mean, truly, that's what these things.
You lived to 96, right?
96, full head of hair, like every girl in the nursing home. Humor.
There it is.
And so I've been trying to dissect, damn, what, you know, as you get into comedy, you start thinking, well, what makes me funny? Why was I funny as a kid? Why do I think, you know, these kinds of over analysis? At least I do. And I'm like, damn, grandpa, street jokes. Classic, you know, Dangerfield style era comedy-esque. My dad is very much a dad joke. He's a pilot. He's the pilot dad joke guy, period. Like, that's what he is. It's always been around that. So I've got a little bit of that. So I got dumbass jokes like, man, I went to the store this week to get bread for a sandwich. Inflation's beating the shit out of the bread market. Pump or dime now. Can you believe it? I don't think fucking my kids are it's gonna be a pumper quarter for them. And their kids, it's gonna be a pumper $1.50. I don't remember my grandparents ever pinching for a pumper penny. Like shit like that. It's just stupid. Like, but I like it. It's silly, stupid stuff.
Sean, you know the best part about comedy? All the OGs become your grandpa. Not the ones that's necessarily the most well known, but like
it's giving height.
Yeah,
it's a heighted take right there.
Seriously, I remember seeing you ever seen this viral video and it goes Toby Jones barbecue and foot massage. Toby Jones. All right, it's a comic. Yeah, you know it's a comic from fucking Chicago named Robert Hines. You know, true OG of the fucking game. I remember watching him interact with people. Somebody would talk about relationships. He'll take time, listen to him, give him feedback from his life and all this shit, and also be so just, you know, have the most childish jokes ready, just so jovial and everything, you know.
Harlan Williams is like that too,
bro. Isn't that crazy? The longer you are in it, the more you realize at the end. David Tell,
it's just about being silly. It's just about being silly.
Yes,
and it comes, like you say, it comes full circle, horseshoe around from I'm silly doing kid dad jokes, street jokes, to I think I can be Bill Hicks, advanced, you know, philosophical takes on the world and humanity.
Right.
Back around the horseshoe to street jokes and dad jokes and silliness.
That's it. At just a better rate, better level, and people just love to be around you and all, because you realize I got like 20 years left on this shit, whatever. I'm going to make it the best time ever.
I mean, that's why I have so much respect for comics that still do that. Like David Tell is the goat, one of the goats, if not the goat, because he does 45 minutes and I can't breathe. He doesn't let people breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Patrice was like this. There's lots of comics that have like, they just go, step on their throat the whole fucking time.
Bro, I had the fortunate to be around David Tell a few times. Different cities, shit like that. And there's a lot of comics that could tell you, yo, I've been around Dave, all that shit, man. When I tell you, you're not going to get it's just,
he's one of one.
It's sad, bro, because this world is a bitch. This world is so young and so arrogant and all. And he's a fucking great, funny human being. Kick cigarettes, alcohol and shit. Well, maybe, but he kick alcohol. I know that one for sure.
He's still smoking cigs.
Yeah. But you could be around him, and the way he would just want to just make you laugh effortlessly. And 40 years, we're talking about 50 years, whatever. How much comedy knowledge is in that? He's an ancestor of the game at this point, and we just take him for granted.
And for him to bring that same mindfulness of, hey, I'm sitting with you, Josh, and I want to make you laugh while we're together. How fortunate are we that he's on this earth, man? He could decide that he wants to take that comic genius and just go away.
Yeah.
Like,
he don't, though.
So grateful for people like that.
Absolutely, bro. And it's only going to be up to us, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
To make sure that this generation know better.
Yes.
I get so passionate because it's like, bro, again, this is great what you're doing, bro. Everything, like the vibe, the history that's here, from the sign posters, like from the gifts, all that. This is comedy, like just memorabilia that won't be replicated, and you care. But the industry, the world, the social media try to rob us of that because they want the next hot thing. Hot to a Girl already selling out theaters.
Let me ask you this. Do you know who Narnward is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is going to sound crazy, but I think you might understand me. I don't know if I'll ever make it as a stand-up. I don't know. There's no guarantees, right? I might never be able to feed my family off of stand-up, but I know that if I wanted to, I could become the Narnward of comedy because of my brain and my love and my heart for this art form.
Absolutely.
And that's what's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, even if I just do this pod and for 20 years before anyone discovers it, like, I know, like, I could, have a weirdly insane repertoire of comedy's history because it means that much to me.
But Narwhal isn't bad, because look at it like this,
no,
bro.
not at all. I'm not trying to put him down, but I'm saying, like, a lot of people maybe don't give him the recognition for his influence within the genre of hip hop.
Exactly. But brother, I'll be honest with you, bro. The best currency is love. And I don't know, weird shit. I've been to more than enough funerals in my life, bro. Whether it's homies that died to the streets, my sister, my grandma, shit like that. Like, the list goes on. The thing that always surprised me and really put things in perspective is when you see who's there. When the house is packed. And Norward, if he was to pass away, knock on wood, hope he don't. You know how many rappers and people will show up? That's a life that's well lived. But if Jeff Bezos died, his employees will be putting in applications to fucking the next warehouse, not giving a fuck.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you.
And that love being currency, man. Young people should realize this, because I think it's so easy for us to, at least, now with COVID and inflation, it's easy for us to be like, throw up our arms and be like, fuck this. Like, why am I going to put in all this work and effort and not own a home, not own a whatever? Dude, the currency, the thing that's going to make you rich as a person is love.
Absolutely.
And it takes going into the uncomfortable situations, the difficult situations, like you said, to get at that love, to understand that love.
Bro, everyone I look up to in my life, bro, are the people who have the best currency of love. My coach Mejias, beautiful wife for over like 30 years, he gave everything to the fucking community, raising these people. My Uncle Zach, I told you about, my fucking Uncle Chaco, like, just all these people, fucking Murph, like, I'm just naming people at this point, but I'm just saying because I keep them around, because, like, in comedy, like, you'll see these people, right? Everyone's, like, fucking selfish, recording their videos, whatever, and they got their fan base, yada, yada, but the fan base are also fans of other shit, so they don't give a fuck. And then you see them, you're like, who's in your green room? Just them by themselves. Don't know they openers, none of that. But the people that I just mentioned, bro, I never seen them without a full house, without them being around love. That's what I want. And when I die, I just want that.
Yeah, dude. Man, you're wise beyond your years.
Well,
I mean, you got to live a life to become wise beyond your years. So I guess it's kind of it's a yin and a yang type of thing. I mean, you got to go through a lot of pain and suffering to get wise like that. But shit, man, you're wise.
But I'll go through it to continue to hear good jokes like, hey, man, we don't do split custody. Or we don't.
Yeah. White people, they tend to split.
That's joke of the day, yo.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Oh, that's so funny.
We got about like 10 or so here before we're gonna eat. I wanted to ask. This is something I've asked of comics when they come on. Do you remember the first joke you wrote, or the first joke you performed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you want? Could you share it, or do you still do it?
Yeah, I still do it. I haven't done it in a while, but I might do it again coming up in November. Fucking the first joke, I talk about my French teacher. And she was trying to kick me out of class, and she was counting down like a fucking kid, and she was like, "You got 3 seconds to get out." I was like, "Then start counting." And she was like, 3. And then she was like, 2. And I was like, 1. And then she was like, "That's it, get out," And that was the first joke. And that same night I also told the first story of me getting my ass whooped by my mom with a glow stick. So Yeah.
Getting beat by a glow stick, dude.
She partied. I told you this.
Do glow sticks hurt if they're thick enough? Probably.
That shit hurt like a mother. Why do you think I remember it?
It's like a switch light.
Yo, it was. And she, yo, you know the funny
Come on,
part is
that's pretty good.
Yeah. She used to make me cut the switch too, though. That's why I was like, yo, yeah. Oh my god.
Like, Mom, pick a lane. Pick the switch or the switch light. It's not both.
Oh, when it came to discipline, she was a Scorpio, so she didn't hold back.
Okay.
But how about you?
Are you into astrology?
Yeah, bro, I grow with none but sisters. I have to admit it. Yeah.
No, I mean, hey, I don't have any. I'm interested in what you think it provides for you, because I think people can find meaning in whatever, and that meaning shouldn't be misdefined by people outside of the meaning. So I shouldn't say astrology. That sounds pretty dumb. I should ask you and be curious instead of judgmental. Say, well, what does astrology do for you? What, you know?
It just helps me in a weird way, because I find out like, oh yeah, the person I always happens, the person I wind up not being along with or fucking being able to fucking vibe with, of course, you're a water sign, you know, of course, you know, whatever. Look how hard we vibing, bro. That's why I asked you. And then you're a Leo. I was like, you see it, you know? I
mean, there's this like, I think her name's like Star Girl on Twitter, but she's like made all these accurate predictions. Like she predicted Trump getting shot and like a couple like weird major world events and shit. And it's all based on astrology.
That's crazy.
She's like, Kamala's going to lose the election because her sign lines up with this and this. And it's like, what the fuck?
Well, Raleigh don't believe that because he a Virgo and they are factual people.
Yeah, he's very regimented, factual.
Yeah, man. But how are you feeling, Sean, about everything comedy-wise, the state of it, you know?
Like, I believe that we are, I mean, okay, I can make economic arguments for this.
I love that.
The last 10 years have been a rebirth in the art form to a different level. It's been a step up, both in ticket sales and publicity, people's eyes on the art form, understanding the art form. I think we're going to move into the next 25 years being I think, okay, realistically and objectively, we're going to have the 25 greatest years of comedy before we have full-blown no more free speech. Unless we have a hard check from young people checking into like being Americans, I think that's where we're kind of headed. It's like we're going to go into the greatest generation of stand-up and then no one's going to be allowed to joke anymore.
Damn,
I hope not, but I see my friends who used to be some of the most independent, unique thinkers. They're kind of hampered and beaten down and have accepting and willingly gotten in the box.
Yeah.
And if enough people get in the box, they'll just take the fucking key away.
That's a very bold perspective. And for some reason, I could see it. I just feel like I trust the people, you know, you, Dan Mazuka, bro.
Oof.
We got some...
I gotta get him on. I'm excited to get him on, dude. He's fucking hilarious.
Yes, he's fighting a good fight, man. We got some warriors in this business that I really think that's going to stand, because that's all it is. It's like, it's one thing if the art form dies out like stop motion animation or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's still used, but it's a rarity. But that's not what's happening to us. We're fucking just enabling the dumbest shit.
Yes.
I think the same way we enable a fucking, you know, a Matt Rife, and not to fucking diss him, but I'm sorry, Matt. Like, you know what the fuck you doing. Like, you come on, bro. There's no reason Netflix come back to you and say, yo, we need you to shoot a crowd work special, and you go, okay, without accepting to yourself, I'm not good at jokes. It's a reality that sinks in. But you was after the money, brother. So it's going to come a point where I think, and I'm believing, again, like, and really good folks that's going to limit that Matt Rife agenda, the Hawk Tour agenda, and also the social justice warrior agenda. It's good to be conscious. It's good to have a good fight. But clapter ain't laughter. And it's just straight up, seriously, you got people that's going up there, we need healthcare, and selling out comedy clubs.
You know, I'm more on board with you tell a immaculately compelling story and the audience doesn't laugh because they're enthralled and they're silent. They're not clapping along to your political stances or ideals, but they're silent and listening. That's part of a beautiful act.
Right.
You know, it's difficult and that should be commended. I'm going to say a point or an ideological tie and you're going to clap her. I hate that shit.
Exactly.
But the people that bring their life to the stage and share the beauty of humanity, and it's not funny in that moment at that part of the thing, that's part of the art form.
Yes. You were brought up, like we were talking about Greg Giraldo, right?
Oh, yes.
Lawyer background, ability to represent both sides of the arguments. Comedy is this thing where it's like, I think more comics are fucking progressive. Even the ones that say fucked up shit will probably vote more Democrat than people realize, right?
Yep.
But the thing that we are real people in perspective. Jim Jeffries, one of my favorite jokes, he talks about like, you want to outlaw guns or, you know, separate the bullets of the guns. And he says, wait here, dickhead. As he like try to load up for the fucking, you know, robber.
Like a musket, like a robber, and I got to load my flintlock, you know, type of shit. Yeah. Like, hold. Yeah, that's a great bit.
I think guns should be outlawed and all that stuff. I wish we had more gun safety, but you know, I could still laugh at something like that. I'm sorry.
And the way that, so he finds a way, and you know, master level comics, they, instead of, oh, I can make a point with my statements and get clapper, he goes, no, I want to make a point, but I got to make it funny. Otherwise, I don't get to make the point.
And sometimes, but the thing is, we're based in truths, and sometimes the point, whether we want to believe it or not, I wouldn't vote to outlaw guns in this country only because I think we're too far past everybody got a fucking gun. I don't want us to have guns, but I'm also not a fool to know everybody got a fucking gun, you know? And I think comics, we make the best jokes because we're coming from real perspectives, not bullshit.
The best jokes are from that real perspective. Yes, absolutely. I think that's why we see Kill Tony having such a prominent rise in the zeitgeist of comedy, because it's about real things. There's a minute, you do a minute of jokes. Your jokes better be tied in truth, or he's going to ask you about the jokes and whether they're true. And then you're going to do an interview about you and your life. They're going to dig into what makes your life funny, what makes you funny.
Right.
They're trying to encourage the development of comedy in the right way, instead of just the, I go to an open mic and think I have the best ideas and you should clap and laugh along with me because I've got the best ideas.
That's an added benefit of Kill Tony. But I think if Kill Tony was ran by somebody who had like Cat Williams' perspective on life, it would be a much better show. Because Tony Hinchcliffe, and what can you expect from someone like that? You know what I'm saying? And
What do you mean?
So I think sometimes it's a big exploitation, you know. Sometimes you see the advice or the roast that they do in these comics is more tearing down, you know, self-esteem or things of that nature, or just like straight up using them as a fucking prop, you know, use them to enable some of my bad shit. And again, some things I think he does knowingly, but some things is unknowingly. And that part where it comes unknowingly is like, dude, the dude's like 5'4", fucking, you know, don't look right. And not to come at him, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just being real right now in the sense of like, how can you expect this dude to have a heart and choose to not let certain things slide when all he thinks is like, I need to fucking hold this. I need to fucking, you know, make sure, because this exploitation is what's keeping me relevant, you know?
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective on that.
Bro, I don't know. I just try to be real with it, man.
No, and I think that that's what you got to do about it. I'm headed down there at the end of this episode will probably be out, so by then. But I'm going down at the end of August over Labor Day to try to go and Kill Tony, and do some spots around the scene down there. It's also the way they describe the Austin scene is just, it's like a mecca in the description. But I just want to go there in person and like not have it just be an idea in my head. So I can be like, oh no, this is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you'll do well, man, and you'll do fine. And full circle, remember we first talked about Michelle Wolf? She was on Wall Street, and 8 years in, she was already on Netflix, one of the best fucking comics. And the reason being, again, is like that mindset of coming from understanding like, yo, this is business, you know, also having something to bring to the table. You look at the game different, and I think you look at the game better for it. So it wouldn't blow my mind away the same way when this podcast is millions and millions of viewers and you fucking running the presidential debates and all that shit, because that's where we're going to go now.
Yeah.
It's not going to shock me.
I would be a great presidential debate moderator, let's be honest, Riley.
Yeah.
For the next generation. Crack jokes to both candidates on both sides as I'm like asking their questions.
I think Joe Rogan should run a debate. Why not?
Dude, I mean, maybe someone with like a little bit more of like an intellectual application to it or an understanding of the systems. Like, the dude's smart in a lot of ways, but I don't know if civics is one of them.
To be fair, I think, and maybe this is like his disclaimer or some shit, but I think Joe Rogan let us know a lot where he tells us, like, I'm a curious dumbass.
And that's what I really think that is, he's so wise in how he approaches it for that reason, because if you operate from, I don't know shit about anything. If I know anything, it's that I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm interested.
Yeah.
And I push myself to try to be interested and curious. And that's, I mean, that's the most valuable thing you can be, I think, is curious and loving and open.
Exactly. The only thing Joe Rogan get himself in trouble is he don't have real niggas on the podcast. Like, if Joe Rogan sat there with a Dr. Umar.
That's the real alert. Real alert.
Yo, you gotta cut that back. You're gonna get canceled. All right, but nah, fucking, yeah. All right.
No. We're not done. You gotta kick us to break with some station identification.
All right. Some staking identification?
Staking identification.
What does that?
Ribeyes and porterhouse. We'll be right back. Go check us out on the Patreon. Patreon.com/intolerable. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours Show.
That's right, baby. You meet purified men.
That's right. Tell them we've been fed.
You meet purified men.
And it's time for a wing review. If you want to check out the eating, head over to patreon.com/intolerable. Any support just goes back to put more great food into future great guests' mouths. Thank you for your support.
Oh, those wings are amazing.
What are we giving them? An 8.
I gotta go to 8.7.
8 No, we can't. This is inflation. He's pulling Joe Biden policies out here live at Top Shelf.
Well, I would be a Democrat if I did.
That's fine. Fair enough. Cheers, brother. 8.7. That's a very generous score.
Sir, cause
I've learned something. Let me pass along the knowledge I've learned today. Had to get half marinated, half unmarinated. In retrospect, what I would have done differently, I would have gotten all the wings unmarinated, because after dry rubbing, some of the wings had a little more salt in them, I think, because they've been marinating. And so what we learned is that they're a little too salty. So
I
maybe a
wouldn't
little
say too
less
salty.
I mean,
still
they're
ate
just
7.
salty, but
I still ate a good amount.
But I agree with you, salty.
Nah, they were good, man. Like,
I gotta start switching up though. Got a little split griddle grill going action back there. Gonna do some burgers maybe come fall. Who knows? So if you want to be a future guest, if you think you'll have some rapport like me and Josh do, man, I'm having the best time here today. Thank you.
Yo,
genuinely
same,
thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure.
Let me tell you, this has been like the fucking shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, yo. And you too, Riley. I don't know if they fucking show you love, but dog, we just fucking lost our shit over Caleb Williams' pass. Like, this has been a great fucking day, honestly, and probably one of the best days of the year for sure. For me.
Dude. Couldn't agree more. Absolute pleasure. That's why I love doing this. And this kind of a day reinvigorates my love for the, scary parts of it, which is like sending cold messages to people that don't know who the fuck I am. Being like, hey, here's me. Come on.
Fuck those people.
No. Not fuck those people. I want to talk to those people. What are you talking about? That's like you. Like, I'm nervous before I reach a message to you, right? That's just that human instinct.
I hear you, but at the same token, like,
everybody's got that, man. There's that initial friction. It's like this initial friction that you feel with the human interactions and like things that you want to do or put out into the world. Bro, you don't feel that at all?
Let's call a spade a spade. If someone reach out to you on social media and you can see a grid of everything they've done thus far, you get that vibe of that person.
That's fair. I have that to fall back on now. It's easier than it used to be. 100% agree.
Exactly. So if I see your vibe and also fucking I already know you prior to all this shit.
That's fair.
Like, yeah, you'll be a fool to not want to fuck with this.
But you don't know me. You were at the club, did a show. True. I introduced myself. You were really kind. And so I asked if you'd come on, and then I followed up over social media. That's easier, right? Some people I want to get on and I can't,
You're giving too much, like, benefit of doubt. I think in a superficial world where people fucking are following your social media and going through that shit, if you reach out via social media, they already, and even let's say you reached out to Comedy Works, right? Fucking people would still know, like, oh, this is a guy at Comedy Works. Like, I just don't see in what scenario people are going to like write you off.
Oh, no, people are usually always kind, but there's this like fake thing in your head, or I don't know if maybe I'm the only person that goes through this, but there's this fake little thing that I like pressure, whatever it is, like resistance in my head of like, don't ask. They don't want to fucking, they're busy. They have more important things. They don't want to talk to you. Just don't waste their time. Or, you know, like that. No, it's a voice, right? You got to say, fuck that voice. 100%. I agree. It's like it's a bit of yourself that you're fighting.
Hey, Sean, it's all good to agree
Right.
to disagree, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
You say fuck the voice, I say fuck the individual. Either way, I think you the shit, bro.
Well, I hope that you get to do a parlay podcast, because that shit, we were talking about a little over Eden, and that sounds fun as fuck. So I hope you get that going, man.
Bro, you don't know how
sports
bad I want.
podcasting, dude. Man, love that.
Bro, if I get this thing started, man, let me tell you, I think this is I'm going to save a lot of male depression.
There it is. There it is. Yeah. Put them in the right groove. They're already going to be betting. Just get them in the right frame of mindset to bet.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, if they hit a parlay like I have before, every once in a while, you know, then it's, you know, they're not going to lose that much.
10 to 1900. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy. I didn't know when I was like 8 it was like 8 way, and it was like 10 to 800, 900, something like that. So you can get lucky. The best way to do it is NBA season. You bet every game of the night, money line. Just do it every single night.
Nah, that's some bullshit, because NBA...
Just gotta hit a night, dude.
Just one night, that's all that matters.
Now, college football is where you gotta win it, bro. When Deion Sanders, $25 helped me turn that shit to $2,500.
Really? Let me
Yeah.
hear this story. How'd that happen? After hour story.
Bro.
Here at Top Shelf.
All right, this is God honest truth.
This is like a trading game where you turn like that guy that turned a paperclip into a house. Did you see this? He like turned a red paperclip into a house.
Yeah, dog. I'll
25 to 250, 2,500. Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
I'll show you the legs. It was 2 different tickets.
Okay.
Right, but both the main bases of the tickets was Colorado beating TCU. It was the over. Then one ticket had Temple, and I think the over on points. And then I forget the other two and the other one. But at the time of this happening, me and my ex-girlfriend already at the time was like, we're going to move to California, you know? So we done already saved up money, all that shit that we need to, but we needed like the last fucking little bit. And she loved the fucking stress. I don't stress. I'm like, bro.
Clearly, bro, you're challenging me on my own thoughts in my head. This guy is like, don't stress, bro.
Dude, why? What is there to stress? Let the world think of the bad for you and let you be the only motherfucker to think of the good. And then if it works out, guess what? Seriously. You know? So she over here.
Your meat purified, man.
My brain's being purified by the meat that you're laying down on the table. Thank you. Continue.
That's what happens when you split custody.
That's right, baby.
I done knocked this out.
So much fun.
Anyway. So
No
yeah.
hands on my popular knapsack.
Damn, you got napkins by any chance?
No napkins? Yeah, let me just.
Thank you.
Fuck, we got a spill.
Yeah, I was cracking up too much. Sean, stop.
My
being
bad.
funny.
That's my bad. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm ruining pants out here live at Top Shelf.
Ah.
Not good. Not. You
tried-
see, you don't need to be funny. You just. It was too funny apparently there.
Speaking of looking like I peed on myself.
And you need to go over to the Patreon if you don't get that joke. Or head over to the Patreon. You'll understand why that's so funny. Patreon.com/intolerable. I usually don't do ads or plugs very much. I'm trying to get better about it, y'all. Thanks for understanding.
We appreciate you.
Love y'all.
Yeah. Oh, sure. All right. So we fucking supposed to, you know, we just gonna jump back into it.
Yeah.
We supposed to be moving to fucking California. And
So
we had
Los Angeles?
Yeah, Los Angeles. Because that's where she was originally from, you know, and it was just some good opportunities out there. And fucking, she was worried about the last 2,500, and I was telling her we're gonna move to like October. We're gonna move to fucking California in October. I promise. And she's like, I don't know. We might have to stay a little bit longer. I said, I refuse to. And Deion Sanders, yo, beat TCU, and I got the tickets. I'll show you after this, but I will never forget. Greatest day.
Wow. $25 to $2,500.
Yeah, bro.
Quite a run. That's about the same type of thing of mine, odds wise, of what I've hit. That's a great.
No, 10 to 1,900 is crazy.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
Nah, that's a wild one.
I'm gonna do it more this season. We should start a Discord for this. Riley and I could really actually, like, if we wanted to. Yeah, you know what we should do? Let's put some money aside and like put our brains to this season and do it in a data-driven way.
Absolutely.
Do you want to do it?
Every day.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I think
All right.
only for baseball.
No, so I only want to do basketball.
No,
All I care about is the NBA.
Hit
Yeah,
him up for baseball.
that's fine. You can do. You can come in for the baseball because I don't know baseball enough to even give my 2 cents on that. All I know is the NBA.
Look, this is gonna be a wild take, and I'm gonna lose some black points by saying this. If I think baseball,
You don't like Waffle House? I don't know. I was just trying to come up with something in the moment. That's pretty bad. That's a swing and a miss. You have to take the swings, folks.
Hey, man,
I try to miss once every episode just to show people that you have to swing and miss.
Look, I hear you, bro. We both lose in this situation, you know. But fucking, I think baseball might be a little bit more exciting
Wow.
now. Yeah, bro. Think of an era you live in, right? Where Ellie De La Cruz, Shohei Ohtani, multiple people got fucking like 30 stolen bases, bro.
With 30 home runs.
Yes.
Wow.
It is crazy now how good baseball is, yo.
Right. Yeah. So it's time to circle back and give it another chance, maybe.
Bro, the Oakland A's beat the Rockies in like the 17th inning. And it was like a score like...
Who let that go 17? Can I just step in and say that?
Bro, that's how exciting it is. Cause, and,
what was it, 0-0?
Nah, it was like 9-9, I think. And then it was like extra innings, right? And you start with an automatic runner on second base.
Oh, so it's immediate pressure.
Bro, you hit a few pop flies, that's another run in.
Yep.
Like,
now it's
crazy.
10-10. Now it's 1-1.
Dog, I'm trying to tell you, Teoscar Hernandez has won me so much money this fucking year. Yeah.
So you watch a lot of games? You follow the sport?
Yeah, but it's like if it was boring, I wouldn't. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy how
You
good
don't
it
seem
is.
like someone that does boring shit when there's so much interesting shit that you're interested in, right?
I appreciate that, dog. But yeah, man. I don't know. I'm trying to get more people to appreciate what's going on in baseball right now.
Well, I think it might be tough for people in Denver because our team has been...
Yeah.
Trash.
They have been. They've been some sorry motherfuckers.
Talk about guttural.
But y'all have the Nuggets.
Oh, dude, we got plenty of... This is still a sports, like one of the top sports cities in the country.
For
pound
real?
for pound. 100%. It might be the best sports city in the country, pound for pound. I think it is.
Broncos culture is real.
I'm biased. That's certainly objectively I am biased with that, but
No, that's
over the
real
last
talk.
10 years, I think that's maybe there's a case to be made.
10 years, I think.
Pound for
period.
pound is a city, right?
I
Period.
think, yeah, since the 70s.
With a T and a D and a period? Or how many of those?
Yeah.
How serious are we talking?
Are we talking about the D and the T? And
Yeah, right? Because it matters. It's like how many Q's do you put on the thick? So you're describing. It's a descriptor. Each additional letter is an additional descriptor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the D and the T and the period are all additional descriptors of period.
No, real shit, dog. You don't know sports. I mean, obviously, you know, Boston, all that shit's cool, but Denver is special, yo, when it comes to sports. People
Amen.
Yeah, dog. That's real talk. Damn.
So who do you think, if you had to try to like guess? I know you said you don't watch ball much, but who do you think's winning this year?
In basketball?
Who do you like in basketball? Yeah. Who do you like winning baseball? How about that? That's probably a better question to ask him because we're in that season.
Baseball, Phillies. Basketball, Sixers. We got Paul George now. No, we ain't. I know. I just got to put it out there.
I know. You gotta just get those biased takes aside. But like, give them objectively. Like, if you're gonna like put money on it,
Okay.
gun to head, whatever they say in the movies.
Objectively, on some weird shit, I just don't see LeBron James not making it to the finals twice. Like missing out. I know what you're saying, but
Dude, he's got to get through his dad at this point, right? He's got to beat up his own dad, and he's old. How do you beat up your dad when he's younger than you? It's like beating up a stepdad that's younger and fitter than him.
who did the Kings just get? Didn't they get DeMar DeRozan this
The
offseason?
Kings are going to hopefully be even better than they were last season.
They did, right?
I forgot DeMar was going somewhere.
You want to look it up? Just double check that.
Yeah. So imagine this, because basketball is so weird, and especially how close it is in the West. The Kings were the number 2 seed before they got upset by the Warriors 2 seasons ago.
Right. They looked like they could very much make a run and go to the finals.
Exactly. So I can't write them off. Basketball's good again. That's all I can say.
There's a lot of parity in the NBA. There's
Who
a
you
lot
got?
of parity. I think it's tough for me at this point to verifiably be like the Nuggets. Because of Jamal's Olympic performance, I have a little bit of doubt in the chemistry. And I mean, that 2-man game is our primary motive. I mean, I do believe Jokic is otherworldly, and that if you put any players on the floor that names end with itch, doesn't really matter. He'll do great. Like, I personally think we could sell everybody, like just trade everybody away and just pick up anyone with the last name that ends in an itch.
Yeah.
And we'll be top 3 seed in the West, and we'll go to throughout the course of the season, period. That's just what I mean, you saw it in the Olympics, right? I mean,
that was crazy.
Germany said that they were the best team they played.
It's crazy how good Germany was, because
so good.
Yeah. I was shocked, but I don't know, man. With the USA, Steph Curry saved us.
Dude, what a game, that USA-Serbia game in the semifinals. Wow.
Bro, the year the Warriors won the championship most recently, right?
Yeah, when they went through the Nuggets in the second round.
Yeah. Bro, I was telling everybody, and I was like, Steph Curry, this is how you know he's like up there with the GOATs. And I think y'all need to stop sleeping on. I swear to God, that year, the year before, I think he should have won MVP. Because even though they made it to the play-in, that was just all on 50-point nights from Steph. Dog, the next year they win it. The Olympics, come on, Steph is that guy.
Yeah, it's tough for me, especially when in Denver, Jokic has played with not a single All-Star ever and done what he's done, to say that someone like Steph should win MVP in that season when he's playing with Clay and playing with Draymond and playing with, like, then I can like, what? No. And in no world can I think that that's where that should go, because they've got this much around them. Come on.
I hear what you're saying, bro.
I harken back to the MVP's days of, it doesn't matter if the team isn't the best team in the league. Like, this guy's like clearly makes this team this much better. That's what the MVP is about.
I hear what you're saying.
In my mind, in my like old mind, that's where I kind of differ with the voters, where they like get voter fatigue and they, there's a lot of...
No, all that's bullshit. All that's like out the window. I have nothing to contradict anything you just said. All I'm saying, though, is like, I think the level that Steph plays at is at a higher level than Jokic. I'm sorry. I know.
I think it's certainly flashier and more marketable in the NBA that existed in that era.
Steph was a steals leader at one point in his career. Steph is one of the best rebounders and point guards, like in point guard in history, bro. Steph, shooter, goes without this question. Like, playing off the ball is way better. I get what you're coming with Jokic. Like, yes, he could put up the triple doubles. Yes, he could get the rebounds and things of that nature. And he don't have necessarily an all-star.
I don't know, dude. I'll tell you this. I used to be like somewhat of a lay to, like, I'm a knowledgeable basketball person because my cousin played at Iowa in the early 2000s with Reggie Evans and one of the greatest Iowa teams ever. Basketball is important to me and I know about the game. I was never the most athletic or physical at it. I stopped playing after freshman year of high school to play Ultimate Frisbee. So what I think about it doesn't mean whatever.
Ultimate Frisbee.
But what I will say is that I've watched every single Nuggets game over the last 3 seasons. Every single one. Been to a lot of them. Jokic's play is undescribably different than any other player in the league, because if you actually watch the entire game, you see the impact. And if you talk to any NBA player, they talk about the impact that he has from the start of the tip to the end of the game. And it's like what you're describing with Steph. And that's why I'd agree with you with Steph's impact. It's off ball. It's here. It's distributing. It's rebounds. But the reason I think Steph's play that year in particular deserved more recognition, I don't know how they'd give it to him, is that the dude was like in the most pressure cooker situations, always pulling through, always getting the ball, always doing and that's, probably laid the groundwork for Jokic to do what he's done in those situations when given the opportunity. So
Jokic is unique. He's one of one.
And so is Steph.
I'm with you, Bob. That's what I'm saying. My only argument is I think Steph output is much more than what Jokic.
I don't think people watch Jokic. I think my only thing is like I just don't think people like watch Jokic enough in the game. from even from the level of like the commenters that are on the 4-letter networks.
Are you
That's
serious?
where they don't watch the fucking Nuggets, dude.
Bro, was Jokic a unanimous MVP? He got more MVPs than Steph, but was he unanimous?
I know. All this aside, I don't really... The labels and stuff for me is important. I'm still to this day confused about people that are employed by the 4-letter ESPN that are, for example, the sideline reporter of the finals who say things like, I haven't really gotten to see him play in person, but now that I'm here, I'm blown away. Are you fucking kidding me? These are no. Like, it's not about the awards or the recognition or anything else. It's about the fact that in the mainstream narrative, there is so much of the zeitgeist being driven by people that actually, for real, don't know because they haven't watched.
That's bullshit. They suck on that.
And that's frustrating because you watch these games and you're like, holy shit, dude, if this, like, why aren't we acknowledging this? Why this could be every single day, like it was for Michael Jordan and Steph Curry and all these great NBA players, just driven into the ground. Holy crap, look at this dude. He's so great.
But do you feel like they was watching more Steph Curry games these past few years with Clay being hurt and like the Warriors wasn't the shit? So
no, I mean the Warriors have fallen off for the national narrative hard since their last championship. Completely a valid point. So I totally agree.
Curry and Jokic again is in the same boat in that regard. And bro, when I watch, I'm trying to tell you, like, I just be blown away because Jokic ain't blocking nobody. Jokic may get these fucking rebounds and shit like that.
Pull up his Olympic stats.
Yeah.
He led the entire Olympics in points, assists, rebounds, steals, not blocks. Victor Wembanyama led him by 4 more blocks. I want to know, like, other stats.
But FIBA's basketball rules are so much different. Man.
But he does the same thing in the NBA every single season for the last 3 years. Yes, dude, look at the stats. The stats prove the actual game out.
Look up his blocks. The past 3 seasons, look up who has more blocks.
I mean, I'll give you this. He's made a really accelerated development defensively over the last 3 years. He used to be not necessarily great and sometimes a liability on defense. Mm-hmm. He's an asset, dude. People, I saw something on Twitter. They want to do more advanced stats, some of these like super ball heads. And there's one, Riley, they're coming up with, which is the oh hell nah. Yeah. And this is a metric rating of players' propensity to, when driving to the lane, stop and deter their drive to the lane and move out to the 3-point line when faced by a defender. So I drive to the bucket, you're there. Oh shit. Oh hell nah.
Reset
and
the
I
play.
go out here.
Yeah.
And Jokic is number 3 in the NBA in that.
Who's number 1 and 2?
I can't even remember. It's like Victor Wembanyama, I think, was 1.
So what's the blocks?
That makes sense.
I'm not seeing numbers, but it's
just letters or pictures.
First player ever to lead the Olympic tournament in points, rebounds, and assists. And then they're not really putting out any like stats.
No, that's fine, because that's not the argument I had. I'm just saying, because we're talking about output still. Steph Curry was a unanimous MVP and have still titles underneath his belt. So, and I think defensive rebounding too, as a point guard, people do not.
So hard.
Yes.
So hard.
Dude, so that's all I'm saying. Like, Jokic.
Do you know who Earl Boykins is?
No.
You remember him? Okay, so he was this player that Denver had back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This dude was, look him up, I think he's like 5'8".
5'6".
5'6" even? Yeah. So I'm a kid and I'm almost as tall as him as a young kid. And I got to meet him once at a game, like pregame or something. And I always looked up to the way he played because, dude, the guy got rebounds at 5'6".
Yeah.
Dunking on people.
Dunking on people.
Yeah.
He played against Yao Ming once. We were way up high. I remember bringing, like, we had, like, you know, those binoculars looking down. Like, I was like, how is that one guy so much bigger than that other guy? A little kid just blown away.
Your Mount Rushmore of Asian athletes.
Asian athletes. That's an interesting question. My Mount Rushmore of Asian athletes.
Gotta put Shohei on there.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
Jeremy Lin's
Jeremy Lin,
maybe. I think Yao Ming.
Just
Shohei.
that Lin sanity, that was.
Yeah, when we were kids, that was a good.
Nice. Yeah, let's say.
But
Like,
Yao Ming for sure.
yeah.
Yao Ming was legendary.
Manny Pacquiao. Come on. Philippines is Asian, no?
think so.
Yeah. So all right. And you gonna put Jeremy? Look how off that is in that category.
Not
greatness, but
there was a magic moment in America with Jeremy Lin, that's for sure.
I honestly, know what? Jeremy Lin deserved to be up there. Not even
What
because
about like Michelle Kwan or I'm trying to think. There's got to be like, what about the golfers?
who you talking about? Apollo Uno?
Yeah, Apollo Uno. Definitely he deserves to be on that.
But no, because Jeremy Lin, it's not even that he was Asian doing the fuck he did. Harvard, my bro. Come on, dog. That's wild. Like, what you think?
It's just so I don't know the whole Harvard. I just have a whole. I think we're differently about the whole academic thing because I just know that it's like 50% of people that go anywhere are fucking dickheads that don't actually work. So it's like
JD Vance, right? He went to fucking
I don't know
or some shit, right?
I mean, I don't know. That guy's he wrote a book, right? That's how he originally kind of got his start into politics, was after he wrote that book. Yeah. Because he went to law school and then wrote the book, or he wrote the book and then went to law school. Can you look it up? I'm interested now.
Yeah.
Oh, we did probably close it out. No, yeah, we could get you out of here. It's time to go, folks.
Yeah.
Dude, this has been an absolute pleasure of a time.
We like to have fun. We like to joke around.
It's just the best to have you here. So thank you.
Yeah, bro.
For sharing some of yourself with us and some of your laughter and insights.
No, this shit is pretty dope.
I wish you nothing but the absolute best, and I look forward to cheering you on through every step of your rise to whatever level of stardom or success you want to achieve, because I think the only thing that will stand in your way is you, because you're a great dude.
Damn, bro, Sean, that means a lot, and vice versa for Sean. Thank you for just bringing me into this atmosphere and, just being able to just share this moment as well as the future moments that's definitely going to come, because you're the fucking best.
Yeah, dude, it's so nice to meet you and get to know you on this deep of a level. And it's weird that I have to have a podcast to get to do that with people in 2024, but blessed that you came here and broke some bread with us today.
Amen.
Have you heard of this country called England?
Yes.
Oh, he's heard of England. Have you heard of knighting, this silly little thing they do in England?
Oh, yeah.
Knighting.
Yeah.
Well, here at Top Shelf Studios, after a long form conversation, I am doing the hiding all my life, Josh. People have been like, hey, can I get a couple inches? And shit like that, because of my tall, unfortunately, physically sized frame. And this meat sack that I'm in is merely that. It's just a meat sack, because I've met tall people that are assholes. I've met short people that are assholes. I've met tall people that are nice. I've met short people that are nice. Small, big. You get the point. People are much more than that. They're much more based on their souls, the way they treat other people, how they approach life, their perspectives. So after a long form conversation, I am hiding my guests, giving them a heart height.
Okay.
How tall do you stand physically, Josh? Dweh.
6'1".
6'1". All right. Sir. The unsheathing.
Uh-oh.
Josh Dweh.
Thank you.
I height thee. Heart height thee.
Yes, sir.
6'6". Very tall-hearted man.
Thank you.
You're going to need to work on your core strength, I recommend, to support that frame. Hey, the doctor told me human body can't be above 6'2", so...
Really?
Yeah, that's one of my jokes, but yeah. My chiropractor, yeah, dude. Brutal.
Yeah, are you ever scared when you go there? Cause
I don't go anymore, but yeah. I mean, I've been scared before. Put it that way.
Did they ever do the neck shit?
Oh, the neck shit's the word. Dude, I used to pop my own neck pretty viciously, and thinking back, it was like, damn, I could have, hit a bump on the road and slipped or something, not chill. The whole thing about your brain and your neck is that, we're barely alive. We're barely alive. Just chill. We're barely alive. Just enjoy it while it's here, because we're barely alive.
Oh, yeah.
Our brains are floating around a wet soup that we don't really understand to begin with. So the greatest minds ever have been working through all of time to get it. They still don't really know. Right? I mean, you can look it up, but I think that's basically the gist. And if not, it's a joke. So thanks for joining us. If you want more of the show, check out on Patreon. Josh, where can the people find you?
You can find me on all platforms at Josh Dweh. The last name is Dweh.
Damn, he told me how to pronounce it. I still fucked it up.
Nah,
Dweh.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I got no fucking vowels in my names. Oh man, but yeah, man. But nonetheless, make sure y'all keep checking out, Intolerable, because this is awesome, brother.
Bro, I appreciate the heck out of you. You're welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Hope we get it running back soon.
Fuck yeah, we will.
Thanks for joining us. Fuck off and be well.